Greetings, everybody. It's Irate Prostate here. Now for another wonderful edition of the CREEM stream. Hope everybody's doing okay tonight. It's Friday night, and it is happens to be March the 16th, the day after the Ides of March. So it's episode 29, CREEM stream, and we're rolling like we should be. All right, I'm going to go into the new screen now and see if you enjoy this. A little music playing in the background. It should be fun. And with me in the studio, I have MrWicked. Yes. Sir Adamantine, say hello. All right, and all right, MrWicked, say hello again. MrWicked,
yeah.
Okay, and Sir Adamantine, say hey again.
Hey again.
Yeah, you were. It was muted. Okay. Let's see, and Ray, are you back yet? When Ray gets back, we'll introduce her. All right, and make sure everything's rolling. MrWicked, say hello again. All right. All right, and there's Daniel. Tennessee Marine, what's up, brother? Malevolent Rider, saying hello to everybody. I'm hearing a slight echo. Anybody hearing that echo?
I don't hear anything.
All right, cool. All right, well, that's what matters is what everybody in. You're Roy. It's good to see you. Well, all right. So, just waiting on Occam himself to show up, and we are go ahead and roll it. I'm just talking about what we do here, MrWicked, is that we open up the show like I'm doing here. We do what's called the pre-shill, where you get to tell the people in the chat, you know what, and you know, in the audience, of course, what you've got upcoming, any kind of you know, projects and stuff you want to still for everybody, and then we start talking about stuff. So without any further ado, Ray, are you there yet?
Yep, I'm.
All right, say hi to everybody, Ray. That's Ray,
Hey.
the one and only Ray Savage. And
Hell yeah.
that's right. All right, so MrWicked, we're going to open since you're a guest, and go ahead with your pre-show.
I have no idea what to do right now.
Why don't you tell us what kind of projects that you're working on? Anything that you want to promote?
And yeah, there is one thing. Well, for you it will be tomorrow. For me it's today. I'm gonna record the third episode of my new and improved podcast, and I'm gonna have Director Akatir on.
Okay,
So that's gonna be interesting.
nifty. And the name of your show is We Are All Wicked. Is that it?
Yeah, we are all wicked.
Yeah, exactly. And that's available on your channel, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, Sir Adamantine, you got anything you want to promote? Shill?
We will, as always, be having the Drinks with Friends tomorrow afternoon. This is going to be the Cards Against Humanity edition. We'll see how that goes.
I heard about that the other night. All right, Ray, you got anything you want to promote?
Yeah, well, my channel, of course, which is just Ray Savage. And tonight, I just hit 200 subs. So
Fantastic.
Thank you, everyone, for that. We had a little bit of an interesting discussion. It's sort of like a blood sport type debate. I tried to keep it as civil as I could. Had to yell over both of them a few times. There's a couple times I realized I had not hit the unmute button. I thought I had one of them to be like, okay, calm down. But then, yeah, I was like, oh, no, the mute button's hit it. And then at one point, I was talking, and I realized I'd had it muted the entire time. So that was a little awkward. But, yeah, I hit over 200 subs today. So, yeah, my channel,
cool.
I have, I do debates, chill streams.
What you got coming up?
So I actually have the rest, well, I guess just the next week, or 2 weeks, the rest of this week and then next week booked actually fully.
Good.
I have, so tomorrow there's just going to be a chill stream, and then Gen Z is rematching the Malevolent Rider on Sunday. Gen Z was the young cuck who got roasted, if anyone remembers that stream. Sir Adamantine is coming on the 19th actually, and then there's going to be another MGTOW versus anti-MGTOW on the 21st, and then I actually have Sinatra Says coming on the 22nd.
All right, fantastic. That's excellent. And of course, with my pre-show, got this thing doing Chaos 120 on Wednesdays. Tomorrow, of course, I am the co-host of Drinks with Friends with Sir Adamantine, so we're going to hang out and apparently play cards while people get drunk. And then and then Saturday night, Chaos 120 again with Weibo hosting. So that should be some fun for all. And then next week's Cream Stream guests are going to be Toad McKinley and Rob LeBlanc. So I'm starting to show that already. So
I can't wait for that.
Yes, it should be lots of fun stuff happening. Been having some interesting conversations with Rob LeBlanc in Twitter. So anyway. That's what we're looking at for the next week's show. And of course, on Thursdays, I do the Hot Takes with Big Fat Brian, and we'll be covering a Netflix series called Tabula Rasa that just dropped out. I don't know where. I guess we'll be waiting on Occam. But in the meantime, I'll talk about what happened with the last Thursdays. Hot Takes with Big Fat Brian. We did a show where we covered season 2 of Jessica Jones. It was pretty much your average review of a TV series, and it was very negative because this season's absolute garbage compared to the first season. The first season was fantastic, but that's neither here nor there. But what was interesting is that later it got flagged, and with a full-fledged community guideline strike, and that's different than like getting hit for like a copyright infringement or something like that, because that would have meant that I wouldn't have been able to stream from this channel for 90 days, and I was able to get the charge overturned in less than 18 hours. And a lot of people have been asking me how I did that, because most people don't do anything, and they'll wait out that 90-day period, and you don't have to do that. And so I'm gonna make a short video this week and tell everybody what I did and how I did it. It's remarkably simple. That the way the way that YouTube sets it up, it's designed to scare the shit out of you, so that you make some mistakes and aren't able to appropriately challenge the process. And I'm going to show you what those mistakes that most people make are. So, all right. I'm just trying to get a good picture of everything here. It's been an interesting Dave, Ray, you want to talk a little bit about the debate that you were just having?
On my channel?
Yeah, with was it Joaquin or
Joaquin, yeah.
Yeah, and Occam.
Yeah. So Occam had wanted to do a debate between an alt-right and an SJW, and he asked me, I think, because actually after the first time I was on here, I was like, yeah, I can set that up. And finding someone who's on the alt-right who's willing to debate, I knew I wasn't going to have a problem with that. Since I'm not alt-right, but I'm pretty far-right, so I get along with quite a few people on the alt-right, and I know they'll be more than happy to debate. But I'm even though I'm not alt-right, I'm more of a civic nationalist. But I'm still way too far right for SJWs to even usually consider talking to me. So I couldn't really even manage to get one that would talk. But I think it's probably good actually that we didn't, and maybe eventually I can set something up between SJW and Occam. But I think it would have been chaos if we had an SJW, Joaquin and Occam on, because just then we also have Joaquin and the SJW going at each other, and it would be all over the place. But it was an interesting stream.
It definitely was. It was. I was kind of confused because I don't know, the way that I thought it was. I thought you had pitched it was more of like this is going to be more of a debate instead of kind of blood sporting, and it kept. I noticed that Joaquin, he's got some tactics that are quite interesting, and I was going to talk with Occam about that because he had a habit of like interrupting Occam when Occam was right when he was making a point. And I was like, that's a debate tactic. I was trying to tell him in the chat over there, dude, don't let it, and then the thing, remember when he said he had to go to the bathroom a couple of times? That was another delay tactic because he was trying to figure out how to go at that, right? That was taking time. Like in football games, some people fake injuries so they can give the coordinator a chance to come up with some type of defensive response or offensive response to what's going on with the other team.
Well, with Joaquin, I can say that he does actually have to use the bathroom a lot.
No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
It's a consistent thing with him on stream.
Exactly.
When he's having fun. No, even when it's just like he's just chatting with
It sounds
friends.
like you like him because you kept...
Oh, no, I get along with him. I get along with Occam, too.
Okay, it's because it sounded like, well, it sounded like you had a definite bias on that, though. I could detect it.
No, I really didn't. I think they both had good points. They tried to just go guys, and they wanted them to both stop, calm down. Right.
But I thought it ended up. I thought it went really well, and
Occam did great.
He really did. I think both debaters, were really, came out strong. I think Occam probably needed to have a little more homework because the way that Joaquin was presenting himself, it seemed like he had a lot more, evidential. What word am I going? Sources, books and authors, professors, and I was, if that would have been me and Occam's, I would have asked him, where he was a professor and stuff, because some of these professors that write this ethno-nationalistic stuff, their credentials are real questionable and stuff. So.
Absolutely. I actually studied early childhood development in college, so I know a fair amount about this stuff, and I was staying out of the debate because I was mostly just moderating it and making sure it didn't go too off the rails. But there was a lot that Occam I knew what he was trying to get at, but I can't articulate myself specifically well either. But it's like, you know, I could jump in and make the point for him, but I'm trying to stay a neutral party, because there was actually many times when it came to the nurture versus nature debate that it was hard for me to go, what? No, Occam's actually right here, but yeah, I just wanted to stay out of it as much as I could and let them go at it. But like nothing's really proven with this, because it's such a taboo subject that even scientists kind of try to avoid it. But there was a lot of evidence that nurture plays a more important factor than nature. But that's the whole thing, and that would take an entire stream to explain. But yeah, there's actually quite a few things that Occam was right, and I'd actually say to have Occam DM me, and I can maybe do a private hangout with him or something sometimes, and to explain to him one-on-one a little more about some of the nurture stuff that he was trying to get at. So when next time he goes against to debate someone and they get into the you know, genetics and that whole argument, that he'll have some a little more like hard facts on his hand that he can back up. I can give him the book I have that can be used to cite things, or well, the name of the book that I use to cite things, which is a college book, and all that stuff. So, but I like them both. I think they're both nice people. There's things I agree with both of them on. There's things I disagree, obviously, with both of them on. But I think they did. I think they both did very well, and I'd like to help Occam work on debating more. And like I said, it's an open invitation to him. So I can give him a little education lesson on the nurture versus nature thing, one-on-one, so he can get that point way harder next time.
Oh, were you like on a debate team or something in school?
No, I didn't. I wasn't on a debate team. I studied early childhood development in college, so I know quite a bit about the nurture versus nature and IQ, all those arguments, because that is something we went over for a long time. Yeah. So it's a subject that I'm pretty well educated in, and that when that argument comes up with the alt-right, I am terrible at debating because I have like a stutter and everything, and I sound like I'm confused. But I don't. Everyone says they don't notice that I have a stutter, but I do. I stutter with entire words, not letters. That might be why. But he'll have the facts at least with him, because he is strong. He comes in strong. He has a good strong. His voice is very strong. He's very passionate. I think he just needs to have those facts on hand and go, no, here, this is this, here's the book that I can back this up with, and just be able to smack that. And I'd also say to him, if you are in a debate that's kind of like the little more bloody debate, I guess, a blood debate, I call it, where there's moderating, but it's more minimal, that if someone starts interrupting you and yelling over you, just yell louder.
Yeah. I think that's probably where he was confused, because I think he was thinking more it was like a debate type style where the moderator, is supposed to come in and stop the, look, you're interrupting, continue. It's like it's like there's a lot of shades of gray when it comes to, the line between, like an academically oriented debate and then, what's called, internet blood sports, because, that there's a whole area in there, to where it's, it's like, I think when you get down to it, when it goes to the blood sports side of it, I think the people that are involved kind of define, where it goes, and I think that you have to be, in the defense of internet blood sports, is you have to be more, I guess, fluid would be a term, to match your opponent's level of intensity, and to not buy into those you know, those tactics or anything. You know, it's you know, I would have told I would have asked the guy not to go to the bathroom, that he'd be a big boy and hold it, and you know, until the point's over with. And then that way, when there's a break in the thing, that was the things I was trying to point out to Occam, is that there's these opportunities to gain ground with your argument by, you know, because a lot of times, you know, with the crowd, did they end up voting on it? What was, I didn't get to see the final vote because I was busy setting this deal up.
It's on my Twitter. Raheem won with 86%. I know that the polls tend to be a little biased with my channel. I know that a good portion of my audience is far right or alt right, so they tend to kind of go there because a lot of my audience came from people who watched like the Kumite and Warski. So I know I have a kind of biased audience, and I'd like to, if Occam, well, I'm sure he'll hear us Spanish, and I'll tell him too when I talk to him next, that when it comes to my channel, the chats and stuff, sometimes if it seems, or the votes, if it seems extremely against you, my channel does have definitely, my viewers have a bias to the alt-right. So don't take that as everyone thinks that. A lot of people who watch my channel that aren't alt-right tend not to be in the chat, because the alt-right does tend to kind of take over the chat a little bit. But, you know, I support free speech. That's why I mod everyone on my, everyone in the chat, so no one's getting censored, no one can play the wrench game, and I keep an eye on the chat, and if anything is, you know, going, you know, like if there's going way too out of hand, like doxes, extreme personal attacks, stuff like that, then I'll just straight ban. But, you know, I
like the way you put that, the wrench game thing, man, because that's, you know, that can be really, that can lead to a lot of fights too, you know. That was a good way to put it. Thanks. I like that. Keep going. I'm sorry I interrupted you there.
Oh no, it's fine. I say there's actually a few times when I was trying to get them, Occam and Raheem, to both stop, because they both started kind of interrupting, or one would kind of start and then they both get really loud, and I had to go, guys, and you literally couldn't hear me over them. And so I actually did try to moderate a little more. I just don't think anyone heard me.
Well, I thought if that was the first time you've ever done anything like that, I think you know, as the host, I think you did a great job on it. So
yeah, usually when I host things, I don't really host debates. I'll do more like an interview type thing. I've done interviews with people all over the political spectrum and stuff, but I tend to more, you know, like one-on-one questions with just one person, maybe two people, but not where they're really going at each other. So that was really the first kind of like debate thing I hosted, and I'm more into the blood sports. But I also, with a more serious topic, it's not something where I think it should be left totally unmoderated. I mean, freedom of speech, absolutely, but it's not, I wouldn't want something like that completely unmoderated on my channel, so I did want to provide a moderate level of moderation, that I'd let them go at it and be passionate about it, but when things started to get a little out of hand, just kind of jump in and be like, okay, guys.
Doing your best Ruben imitation. Did you catch the deal with Tonka being, Sargon being on Tonka's show today?
Oh yeah, I watched that. I watch the Kumite every day. I always have it on in the background.
Yeah, me too. What did you think about that?
It was interesting. I missed the very end of it. But I did. I think everything seemed to go pretty well. I saw the majority of it. I'm okay with Sargon. I think he has his head up his ass a little bit right now. I think Tonka started kind of pulling it out of his ass for him. But I like him. I love V. I don't agree with V on necessarily everything, but I think V's hilarious. He has a great sense of humor. But I like them. I think it's interesting. But what I found really more interesting than anything Tonka or Sargon was saying was just all the new fans of the Kumate's reaction to of what they're saying. You know, Tonka was cucking to Sargon and stuff, and that Tonka was, you know, like pretty decent and like nice and stuff. Because they don't even understand the context of this entire situation and how we got here. And there's so many of the newer people are just sheeple, and it kind of makes me cringe. Like, I'm so happy Tonka's channel is doing so well, but at the same time, it's like I kind of want my old, I kind of want the old Kumite, you know?
Yeah. Well, you know,
I think he feels the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Sarad, you know, MrWicked, why don't y'all jump in and let's kind of like talk about this for a little while. I think this is something worth talking about. Because I'm interested, because a lot of the stuff that I heard could be misconstrued as I don't know, backpedaling, or you know, they said it was cucking out and stuff, but I think what they were trying to, you know, articulate was that it sounded a lot different than, you know, what has been spoken in regards to you know, Sargon and Sargon's, you know, politics and the whole political idea behind the liberalists and that stuff. I thought it was you know, fascinating to see the crowd, like, you know, ambivalent, you know, for a time, you know, be like, I don't know, Sir Amantine, we were talking briefly before that. Share your thoughts.
I didn't catch the whole thing, but I caught chunks of it. I didn't detect that at all. As far as I saw, he was being polite to someone who was being polite to him. It's, I mean, the whole thing that his show was only about screaming has never been true.
I agree. So you didn't see Sargon, Tonka cucking out to a YouTube hoe?
Honestly, I think they have very different ways of expressing themselves, but I'm willing to bet that if they actually listed out their beliefs, they would have more matches than disagreements.
Yeah, and I agree. I agree 100% with that.
Absolutely. The liberalists are literally the UK's version of libertarians.
Well, and
you know what? I want to make that clear to everyone.
I think that Sargon literally put the word liberal in the title to separate in the United States from the alt-right.
Yeah.
Because the you know, the liberal is the last thing you know, someone associated with the right wants to be identified as.
Right.
That's almost like, you know, I remember when he first rolled that shit out, I'm like going, that is the dumbest fucking thing you could call that. Seriously. You know, I didn't see the logic in it, but you know, as time, you know, kind of went on, I started saying, okay, that makes more sense.
A liberal also has a very different meaning in the UK. Over there, liberal is has the more classic liberal, is what the word over there means. So, is because Sargon is, even though a lot of his audience is American, he does live in the UK, so that is his native country. So when he thinks of liberal, he thinks of what liberal in the UK means.
Well, yeah, I was going to say what they call liberal, we would call more of a centrist concept.
Yeah.
Because over there, their Labor Party is what we would call their equivalent of our Democratic Party now. Right?
Right.
Back in the day, the Democrat Party used to be what looked back then a lot like what the Republican Party in the United States looks like now. They've come real, you know, the Republicans have come real far center, and it looks like the hardcore right keep moving more in the hardcore right direction. But I really enjoyed, you know, what I heard. You know, at first I kind of winced because I thought you know, Tonka was you know, soft pedaling, you know, some of the questions and stuff, because I knew that, you know, just you know, a couple of days before that, you know, that failure had been talking about him in a, I would say, a colorfully negative light. And it was interesting to, I love what failure does, man. He tries to put people in situations that make them extremely uncomfortable, and he tried to do that with Tonka, I could tell, and but it didn't work. You know, they've known each other for too long. It probably would have worked with me, if you want my opinion. So, MrWicked, did you catch any of that?
Yeah, I saw the Sargon and Tonka talk, and it was actually really entertaining watching the newbie chair just be like, why isn't he screaming? And
right.
I was sitting there like, see, this is how it always was.
Yeah, it was yelling before people came on and talking shit. They came on. Sometimes the first half hour would be a little bit of, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and then by the end of it, it's like, okay, we're okay. Most of the time, I mean, it doesn't always end well, but most of the time it would end on an okay, especially when it's people who already kind of had a history, and all these new people are so shocked that it's like that. Wait, we're okay with Sargon. Wait, we can't be okay with Sargon. And it's just like, you guys are all such sheeple. You can't think for yourselves. You guys don't even go and watch Sargon's stuff. You have no idea what is even going on in this situation. I have asked the chat a few times before when Fane was on, because I like Fane. I actually poisoned the well. I'm trying to set up. They might be. Well, we're trying to set up a date for them to come on my channel for a drinking stream. I have no idea when that will be though. But since we're both busy, but I've talked to Fane for a while and Pat, but not as much as I haven't talked to Pat as much, but when they were all coming at Fane and stuff, I asked a bunch of them, I said, do you guys even know what's going on? Like, do you know the whole context of the situation, the history here? And a bunch of people in the chat go, no, but he seems gay. No, can you tell me? I'm like, so you guys are just being sheeple, and because Andy's mad, and you don't even know why Andy's upset right now, you're just agreeing and saying, oh yeah, fuck this guy, without even understanding what's going on. Like, maybe you're sheeple. I really don't. I don't think what you want, but don't be such a sheeple. You're a sheeple.
Yeah, it's.
The worst thing is that Andy is such a dummy.
Oh God, I love Andy though.
Yeah, but he's a dummy.
Elaborate, MrWicked. Just don't make a statement. Just tell us why you think this.
Yeah. My favorite example to give was when a stream was going down and somebody played a recording of Liz Reptile and Andy came in arguing with the recording.
Oh yeah, no, that was funny. Andy admitted Andy says a lot though that he's kind of not the smartest person, and I'm not gonna say he's like the most intelligent human in the world. I don't think he's completely retarded, but he's not. He's not. His thing isn't trying to be smart or intellectual. That's never what he's ever been about. Was trying to be smart or intellectual. He's a comedian. That's what he's always. That's where his heart's at. He likes joking. He likes having fun. He's not trying to change the world necessarily. He just wants to have a good time, like Tonka. Tonka's not so much of a comedian. He's a comedian without meaning to be a comedian.
Right.
I still love Andy though.
Yeah, Andy's always been really nice to me, no matter how cancerous I was when I was on the Warski Live. He's still nice to me.
Yeah, well,
Have you seen the memes?
Yeah, go ahead.
Pardon me. Just asking. Have you seen the memes I made of the guy? Because yeah, I'm still not blocked, and that astounds me.
Yeah, like
didn't you do like a dead shark one or something?
Yeah, the shark one.
Yeah, the dolphin one.
What? Tell so Ray can get an accurate picture of what you did.
It's best shown and not described. So if Miss Savage wants, I'm gonna send it to her via DM or something.
Okay, that works.
But see, when we do this, the audience doesn't have anything to go on. It's kind of like when everybody on the Kumite are watching a video and nobody in the audience can see it. Nobody's describing it or identifying it, and they're all laughing at it, but nobody knows what the fuck they're looking at.
Give me a sec, I'm gonna...
You know how
I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay.
I'm gonna send it to you, Irate, and see what you can do.
The proof that I've
I won't be able to. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I can't. I won't be able to put it in the screen.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was gonna say that this proof I've been watching the Kumite for a while. I remember back before they had the faces, when someone was talking, and how confusing it would get when there was a ton of people on, and sometimes people would sound the same, and you wouldn't always remember who exactly was who, and it was like, wait, who's talking now? Because I remember there was that stream, I think it's down right now, but it was that one that was 12 hours with Destiny, and the AP was on, where he did that like legendary roast on Wizard of Cause, and that
I love that
was
one.
gonna snatch the Destiny's little ass and stuff, but they didn't have the avatars up at that yet then, and I remember I was like, because I had already been watching it for a while, but there was a few points where I was like, wait, is this Tonka or AP talking? Because they sound kind of similar, especially when they get all heated. Because Tonka gets really loud and has that same sort of like, just the same sort of like angry, slightly southern accent that AP has.
I love AP, man.
Oh yeah, AP is really nice.
Yeah, he came on last week and it was funny as shit. He's definitely funny. All right. So, did you bring any news, Ray? Anything to talk about?
I was not able to because I had to. I was on that stream right before, so I don't have anything in specific really.
Okay. As of course, I always got some tidbits of information from the one and only Colleen Bernier. Let's see. All right. You know, we're gonna start in Florida and work our way out this time because
Okay.
all right, because there's only one major Florida story that's fucking pretty good. It's like and this is in Milton, Florida. Okay, so and Milton, Florida is near Pensacola, which is actually near Alabama. What we're talking is the northern panhandle. In the far western side, where the Alabama butts up against Alabama. It says a Pensacola woman is facing battery charge for allegedly physically assaulting her nephew after she fell on top of a goat while intoxicated. According to Santa Rosa,
What?
a Pensacola woman is facing a battery charge. All right, for allegedly physically assaulting her nephew after she fell on top of a goat while she was intoxicated. I don't think the goat was intoxicated.
How does this happen?
Yeah, these writers are they're just outstanding. It's a miracle. I don't understand why they're not working for CNN. Oh,
Nothing is impossible in the state of Florida.
nothing is impossible. According to Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office, also known as the SRCSO. The arrest report says that deputies responded to the 47 block of a certain, of the street in Milton, Florida on Tuesday in reference to this disturbance. Once on the scene, deputies made contact with the man who told them that his aunt, Jan Strickland, had come inside the barn located on the property to hold a goat. The arrest report stated that Strickland's level of intoxication caused her to fall onto the goat, and her nephew then removed her. And while she was being removed, Strickland struck her nephew in the chest 3 or 4 times and shoved him into the barn stall door, and according to the arrest report. The man's wife told deputies that she was in the barn at the time and witnessed the altercation. According to the arrest report, Strickland was located by deputies after several minutes on the side of the barn and was not responsive and not alert. Once she was awakened and became combative and attempted to strike the deputies. The report states that Strickland was arrested for domestic violence and related battery after transporting her to Santa Rosa County Jail, where she is being held on $250 bond. $250, man, $250. Yeah. Follow on the goat. Things to fight your family about. That's just that's one of those. Okay. All right, and all right, we're going to move on now to the wonderful state of Oklahoma.
Oh, God.
In a little town called Duncan. An Oklahoma woman who married her daughter has pleaded guilty to incest.
Oh, no shit.
Court records show that 46-year-old Patricia Spann of Duncan, Oklahoma, pleaded guilty Tuesday to an exchange for a 2-year prison sentence. Her daughter, 26-year-old Misty Spann, pleaded guilty in November in exchange for probation. All right, so yeah, she turned over. Yeah, exactly. Her Misty.
If you want to doom your daughter for life, name her Misty or Crystal, and you can guarantee she's going to be some low-grade stripper.
Or Amber, and the middle name's always Dawn, right? So you got Misty Dawn, Amber Dawn, or Crystal Dawn, right? Yeah, those trailer park names. Her daughter, 26-year-old Misty Spann, pleaded guilty in November in exchange for probation. Her plea was withdrawn when it was learned the type of probation she was given, which was a deferred sentence, and she was not allowed, which is not allowed under state law. Court records show that the marriage was annulled in October in Misty Spann's request on grounds of fraud and illegality. Patricia Spann said that she had thought the marriage was legal because she'd lost custody of the daughter and the 2 sons years ago, and isn't listed on their birth certificates. So I guess that was some kind of twisted plea to get custody or some shit. That's fucked up.
Hey, Irate, drag Occam in.
Oh. Let's see. There he is. Occam. Mr. Wicked, I can hear the echo.
Fuck no. With what echo? I'm not talking.
You okay, man? Occam?
You can hear me good, right?
Yeah, you're perfect. Crystal clear.
Yeah, Occam.
So, what'd you think of the debate?
I voted for you, Occam.
Yeah, we've been talking about it a little bit, and I figured you'd want to talk about it. I just didn't know you would. I didn't know where you were.
I sent you a DM. I said I had to take care of some stuff before I came on.
Okay, I didn't get it. I apologize then. That's on me. So yeah, go ahead and talk about it, because we had talked about it a little bit. I had brought up some stuff. So did you enjoy it?
Overall, I did. I think if I had to say anything about myself on that, I think there were some times when I could have think better, but when I was like, you know, formulating it and trying to say it, like, you know,
Well,
I phrased it in a different way.
This was your first debate you've done, and I honestly, I think you did extremely well, especially for a first debate. There's people who do try to debate a lot more often, and they fail. I mean, you see no bullshit how much he tries to debate, that guy fails every goddamn time. He's terrible. This is your first debate, and you did extremely well, especially for a first debate. And I also say with the vote, don't take it too personally, because a lot of my audience is alt-right or far-right, since I'm pretty far-right myself, and most of them came from either Andy or Tonka. So they do have a little bit of a bias. But I was saying earlier
I'd have to be thin-skinned to take a Twitter poll personally.
Yeah, as some people still do, I know, but I was gonna say that there's a few times actually I wanted to because Irate was saying that he thought I sounded like I was more on Joaquin's side. And I was I made an effort not to take either side, but there's a few times I actually wanted to jump in for your side and your point. But I was trying to stay out of it because I said I'm just gonna moderate. But and you were going for the whole nurture versus nature debate side of it, and I studied early childhood development in college, and I said earlier when you were here, but I would, because you said you wanted to do more of these debates with the people in the alt-right, and whenever you debate the alt-right, they're gonna go into the whole nurture versus nature, race realism stuff. I do think race is real. I think that nurture plays a major role, though, and since I did study early childhood development, I was to offer that I could do like a one-on-one private hangout with you, and I could explain the nature versus nurture thing a little more in depth, because nurture is such a huge part of it, and I know you're trying to get at that, but we're having a hard time articulating it. And I can explain that a little more, so maybe next time they, pull that one, you can kind of just go in hardcore, and you'll come off with a little more solid facts. You won't be stumbling quite as much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you are right that nature is not all of it. Nurture plays a huge role.
And one thing I would have to say is, like, in case anyone was like, because not recognizing that there are different kinds of people or anything. It's more so I was saying that, like, the genetics brain isn't going to change via genetics too.
It is slightly different, but yeah, it is slightly different. But I'm, like I said, I am a race realist, but I don't want to live in an ethno state. I think that we can coexist peacefully. I think everyone should be equal, like have equal rights. But I'm not going to get into that subject right now, because it's just not something I really feel like debating. I'm not good at debating, and I feel like it's a pointless debate to have a lot of the time, because it's not going to get us anywhere saying if race is real or if it's not. So.
That it wasn't real.
Yeah.
That is not why race is not the reason a certain society turns out the way it does.
Yeah, no, that's why
the resources available.
Yeah, you're correct there, and I that's why I said I would. There's a lot you were right about, and I said I studied early childhood development, so I know a lot about how nurture plays into it, and I could explain a little more in depth, and I could also give you the references to, I think I still have one or two of the textbooks that I can give you the reference to, in quotes from, so you can actually go, well, no, here's why nurture is actually more important, and here's my reference to cite that.
Yeah,
I think one.
Well, I was going to point out one thing, and I apologize for this, but I'm going to point this out, and I'm doing it. One of the ways that he was manipulating you, Occam, was by interrupting you, and that whole gotta pee thing. All right, that was a stall tactic, right? That was a stall tactic, right? And what? Yeah, one time, right? Exactly. The second time, that was completely so he could figure out some kind of angle to take towards it, right? And so, yeah, go ahead.
Considering that I can't know, I'm not going to say, for sure that that's what happened, but, it seems like a very likely thing. Like, and here's the thing. I think that, honestly, I didn't take advantage as I should have of the fact that it wasn't as much of an organized debate. Like, I think there were some things that I could have that would have been allowed that I didn't take advantage of as much, like some of the tactics that you could use, since it was more of a blood sports thing and less of a formal debate.
Mr. Wicked has left us, by the way.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah. So, Occam, are you logged in through your app, or are you logged in through the browser?
I am logged in through the browser.
Okay. All right. Hit.
I choppy.
Yeah, that's what you're getting choppy now. You go to the voice and video and pop your input sensitivity down. And see if that will help a little bit, because you're dropping out just a little bit.
76 decibels, minus 76 decibels right now.
Okay, that should help a lot.
Ready like that when.
Oh yeah. Then it's probably the going through the browser. That's anyway. It's neither here nor there. So yeah. So what did you were you? When you were getting interrupted and stuff, were you getting like frustrated with that?
The only thing that frustrated me is I feel like it was always right before I was able to make that final explanation point that made everything I was saying before make sense. So I would, start going down this trail of all these different things, start bundling them closer and closer together to a point, and then right before I could have that complete, nice, neat, where the point was made, with all that stuff, you got this nice bundle of, points all drawn together, making sense. He interrupted. So
yeah,
it was like,
That's a classic debate tactic. I mean, even if you go back and watch the debates from elections, and not even just this one, but from like even when Obama was in the debates and stuff, the interrupting right before you get to your point is just a like basic debate tactic a lot of people use. People will use it in formal debates too, even more formal. And another thing I'd recommend is kind of prepare at least a few hours in advance your points on the general, as much as you can know is what's going to be talked about, because when you make your points, you want to make them quick, because when you have the points that you would talk for a while with point, and your points were all clear and I understood them, but I think you could wrap them up to a lot shorter, to just 2 or 3 sentences, and then you have that slam dunk point, and that way it gives him a lot less time to it gives your opponent less time to do that, catch on to what you're saying and then interrupt you over. And if they're doing the thing where they just keep talking and just keep going with something, don't be afraid to to jump. Don't be afraid to interrupt them a little bit. Because if anything, then the moderator's just going to ask you both to. It'll make the moderator have you both stop talking. It'll tell you, okay, finish up and you go.
Yeah, and the second, you know, or the time that he went to the bathroom, I was trying to get you to see in the chat. It's like, you know, I would have said something like, well, can't you hold it? Aren't you aren't you an adult? You know, one time makes sense, but you know, more than that in that short of a period of time. I'm an old man and I've got issues. And I can pretty much sit through a thing. So I don't know. It was clear to me. All right.
Actually, there was two thoughts going in my mind at once. I was like, either this is like a weird debate tactic, or he's just older than I thought he was. I don't know. Right. I don't know.
All right, Wicked. All right, you there, buddy?
Now it decides to work, for fuck's sake.
All right, it's working now, huh?
Yep.
Sounds great.
Turns out it was my PlayStation.
Oh. Yeah, anything that's gonna like have draw resource, like any kind of like a Roku or another notebook going on, that's gonna draw from bandwidth. Usually when I do this, I turn everything off and just go straight through the through this main computer. I don't know. Anyway, all right. So we got more news. If we want to talk about that, we're done with the goats and the plural. What is it? The gay incestuous marriage between mother and daughter. Let's see what we got next.
Problem skin? Sugar scrub it. L'Oreal's new sugar scrub. Made with...
Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, this is in, speaking of Alabama. Alabama sheriff illegally used more than $750,000 of funds meant to feed inmates to purchase a beach house. Etowah County Sheriff Todd Entrican told the Birmingham News he follows a state law passed before World War II that allows sheriffs to keep excess inmate feeding funds for themselves.
Wow.
Yep. Only in Alabama, buddy. Let's see. Entrican report. Go ahead.
What I find most surprising about that is that you could for $750,000 in Alabama. That was a shot, Irate. That was a shot.
No, I know it's but actually you can get some really good deals on land here. But yeah, there's the trade-off. But the cost of living is a lot lower too, though. There's trade-offs everywhere. I would think. I would love to live in New York City, but that takes a lot. Anyway. Entrican reported on state ethics forums that he made more than $250,000 each of the past 3 years through those funds. The sheriff's annual salary is more than $93,000. He and his wife purchased a 4-bedroom house with an in-ground pool. Because there's those above ground pools that are so expensive. That was a dig, in my opinion. But hey, he purchased a 4-bedroom house with an in-ground pool and canal access in September for $740,000. They paid cash. They got one of several properties with a total assessed value of $17 million. No, it's 1.7. My bad. 1.7 million. That the couple own together. So, yeah, I'm in the wrong business. Oh man! All right, and this is with me. V and I thought about V when I read this, and this will probably give us something to kick around the bobo with. It's in a case of that's reminiscent of a Kafka novel. A Romanian court has ruled that 63-year-old man is dead, despite of what would appear to be convincing evidence to the contrary. The man himself, appearing to be alive and well, is proof.
I believe
Yeah. His name is Constantine Relu, I guess. There's a lot of U's in that country. Asked the court down in Berlin to return a death certificate obtained by his wife after he spent more than a decade in Turkey. During the time which he was out of contact with his family, the court told him that he was too late and would remain officially dead. I'm officially dead, although I'm alive, bemused the man as he told media outlets. I have no income because I'm listed as dead and I can't do anything. Well, you left Romania for Turkey in 1992, apparently to get a job. He last returned to the country in 1999 and appears to have cut off all contact with his family. But after years of silence from her estranged husband, the wife obtained a death certificate that was backdated, and Romanian Daily Ardevul said that Relu's wife had argued in court that having heard nothing from her husband since 1999, that she had assumed that he was dead, and that in an earthquake that had happened in Turkey, right?
I gotta go. My computer's overheating and the screen just keeps going black.
Oh wow.
I will see if I can jump back in on mobile.
Okay. All right.
That buzzing in the background is my laptop.
Oh, that's you. Okay, cool. Definitely take care of that.
Yeah, I'll see if I'll see if I can cool it off or hop back in on mobile.
Okay. All right. So, he may never found out about his death in his homeland had he not been apprehended by Turkish authorities earlier this year and deported back to Romania because of expired documents. This dude's shitty on paperwork, isn't he? He had planned to renew his passport in Romania and return to Turkey, but on arrival, he was detained by immigration officers who informed him that he had died in 2003. Relu wants to return to Turkey as set up a small company there, but is now faced with a confusing legal battle to regain his identity so he can get a passport. So he's between a rock and a hard place, between living and dead.
Can you imagine dying inside a turkey?
Yeah, no shit, dude. Can you imagine living inside a turkey? Now that you mention it, you know. Oh my God, the only thing that even makes me want to go to Turkey is that giant carved head of Constantine. I want to see, I've always seen it in books and shit for some reason. That's like one sculpture I really want to see. Sir Ad, you okay, man?
Good, good.
You're quiet.
He's drinking.
Is he? Are you drinking, Sir Ad?
I'm drinking water.
Yeah.
A heathen.
I have to work tomorrow morning. I can't be drinking now.
Heathen.
Hit him?
I think you called me heathen.
Oh, heathen. Oh, okay. I get it.
All right. Someone with a thicker accent than me, just to set me off.
Hold on a moment. God, y'all could hear that, couldn't you? Damn it. I apologize, everybody. Alright, and well, you remember the National School Walkout that was the other day?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Let's see, where was this? In South Carolina, one of the schools that participated in the National School Walkout this week, one of their custodians helped herself to all the cash in the kids' bags. That's funny as shit.
Sure as the little bastards.
No shit. Alicia Evans, right. That was so funny, man. There's Alicia Evans, a custodian at the school, went into a classroom while students were outside and rummaged through their book bags. The Richard County Department Sheriff said, in all, Evans stole $180, the department said. The custodian was arrested soon afterward and charged with 3 counts of petty larceny. Evans, who's 32, is employed by the Service Solutions, an agency that provides custodial service to the district school. The agency terminated the woman, and the school district told CNN affiliate. On Thursday, March 15th, Service Solutions notified Richland Channel 2, my bad, that Evans is no longer an employee of the company and was informed that she cannot come on any Richmond 2 property. Richland 2 School District said in a statement that it's unclear whether she has retained a lawyer or is going for any kind of recourse, my bad. Let's see. And then I saw one. It was kind of odd. And see. Now this is interesting. It says a rapist who evaded capture for more than 30 years until he urinated in a neighbor's plant. That led to a DNA match. And this is in Great Britain. This is Eric McKenna, 59. Raped 2 women in separate attacks in the Northeast in 1983 and 1988. Police had not linked with assaults until they were called into the neighbor dispute in 2016 to look at some swabs from McKenna, which matched those cold cases. McKenna of Clarewood Court, Newcastle, had been jailed for 23 years. Newcastle Crown Court told analysis of the DNA showed it to be an exact match of the samples recovered from both rapes. McKenna attacked a 21-year-old woman as she walked home near a high-level bridge in Gateshead in April 1983, and then March of 1988. He targeted an 18-year-old student of the Manors area in Newcastle. He approached...
Why would they run a DNA test when someone pees on a plant?
It says police... yeah, that doesn't make sense, does it? The writer has not successfully answered that question. Let's see. Police had not linked the assaults until they were called to the neighbor... they were called to the neighbor dispute in 2016. And took swabs from him so they could match the urine to the... So apparently there was the neighbor called the cops because the dude had pissed in their plant or some shit, right? This part was left out for some reason because, you know, bad writer. I don't understand how these fucking people get jobs, man. This is just some of the worst writing. You know, and I'm not the greatest reader in the world, but for fuck's sake, I could definitely write something that actually made sense. In the 1980s, they did not have the forensic techniques available now, and we have secured his conviction because of these developments. And he was pretty much on the lam, but it got him a 23-year prison sentence.
It's a pricey pee.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, you know, it's like And probably I've been. It's one of those things where just, you know, being a shitty neighbor, you know, comes back to bite you, you know, or just being a shitty person. I mean, raping two people, you know, that's you know, pretty abhorrent behavior. So, Akam, you there, bud? Akam?
I don't think he's there.
Yeah.
I guess we have to find a Chekhov's gun to replace him. By the way, please tell me there is a guy named Chekhov's gun. We need to get them together in a room.
Oh. Yeah, like Occam's razor.
Yeah.
Well, this is interesting. I guess I'll just have to cancel the stuff with, well, anyway. But anyway, we're standing at 10 after. What, I guess we can go another 20 minutes and just close it out. I don't know. It says right here, it says, I will be back. So maybe he's off doing something. I don't know. Mr. Wicked, you got any? Yeah. Do you got anything you want to talk about?
Not really. But I bet Occam's razor is having a really pricey pee.
Yeah.
Hey, if I can make a gay chuckle, it's a good day.
A gay chuckle, Jesus.
You know I love you.
Well, at least they didn't call you sodomite. Man, that was so embarrassing. Hey, Daniel, I got an idea. Do you want to come in and join us? I would really appreciate it if you did. You'd be doing me a big, huge fucking favor. Cause it's not St. Patty's Day yet, is it? Tomorrow is though.
Hooray! An excuse to get wasted.
Yeah, it's an excuse for people to get wasted tonight. I don't know, man. Shit, you know what? I am going to put a Discord link in this thing, and I'm just going to open this thing up. All right? Is that a good idea? Probably.
From
not.
my experience, it's rarely a good idea, but it'd be entertaining.
Yeah, exactly. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Fuck it, y'all. Irate is going to open it up. All right, and I'm going to put it. I will put it in the.
That sounds really sexual.
I'm going to put it in the Discord link in the side piece. That's it won't. If I put it in the chat, it doesn't work. But I put it in the side piece underneath where it says Irate Prostate, and it gives the description and everything. Where it says show more, show less. You should be able to see it. It's the Discord link. So if you want to come on and hang out, please do. The door's open. So fuck Watt says it is after midnight there, after where he is. So it's Happy Patty's Day. Happy Patty's Day to you, man. So if you want to come in, fuck Watt, come on in. Look at that. There's Dem 2 Kai.
Oh, I got pulled in. Hello
Yeah.
there.
Hey, man, what's going on?
I am quite good.
Well, why don't you bring us up to speed on what's been going on? Cause well, fuck.
What the hell?
What's happening?
I do not know. What you gonna ask me?
I was saying, come on in, man, and we'll just hang out and have a good time. All right, give me a second. And Tennessee Marine, get in the general voice chat, and I'll yank you in.
Yay! Shit post in.
Yeah, why not, right?
Adamantines Harem represent.
I'm gonna have 3 out of 4 of them here. Not bad.
All right, there we go.
Hi, Daniel.
Yo.
What's up, man?
Folks, what's good? Made me put Discord on my laptop again. I did that just for you, Irate. That's how much you mean to me, man.
Dude, you're really helping me out. I appreciate it because I've had to piss so bad this past 15 minutes, and there's nothing filling up the air but that beautiful music. What'd you think about the music, man? Do you like it?
I really like your new setup. It's really awesome.
All right, well, cool, man. Just thought it would.
Doing good shit, bro.
Yeah, trying to give the subscribing public what they deserve, in my opinion. So, if y'all will excuse me just momentarily, it's not going to be that fast, all right? I mean, that slow. I'll be right back. I'm sorry, y'all, man. But
go drain the dragon.
My back teeth are floating.
Stop. Apologizing for it. Just go get it done, bro.
Okay. The old man has left. Post memes.
let's get this channel taken down.
Oh no. So.
Thanks out for AD.
The only people who are here are part of Addy and Addy's harem. Lovely.
So,
No.
When are we giving the groupie?
It again, goddamn it! I already told you.
Oh, you know what I haven't shown Tennessee.
Oh, please! You've not shown him the drawing, have you?
I haven't.
You've not shown him the drawing.
I'm about to.
Oh my god!
I've seen the new drawing of you. That
No. This is another one that's coming. You remember Blue, right?
The penguin. Yeah.
As in Blue Penguin, yeah. She sent me a sketch of what she's going to do a drawing of, and
we're all a part of it.
Yeah, you're in it.
I'm in it.
You will be in it, yes.
God, let me guess. I'm doing something sexual.
Technically, no one's doing anything sexual. It's in your DMs.
Okay, let me see this madness in my DMs.
This is gonna ruin our lives.
Hey, I'm gonna embrace it. It's not like I have a choice.
Yeah, you can't run away from it, literally. that was bad.
That didn't sound like a ringing endorsement.
No, I just wonder why, I'm kneeling, and doing that. It's not sexual. It's really not. But the whole kissing, I should be number 2. I should.
Wow. You want to take my spot?
Hey, I don't want to be number 1. I can't stand. So take the number 1 spot.
Okay. We'll get in touch with Blue Penguin and switch our positions in this soon-to-be photo.
We can hear you.
Yeah.
Right.
We're just having an argument about our placement in the special drawing for Sir Adamantine.
I don't think Irate's seen the special drawing either.
Oh, really?
He doesn't need to.
I don't want. I don't. You know what? I'm going on Daniel's word, and I will decline.
It's best to be kept with from Addy's technical harem and himself and Blue.
So is this turned into the CREEM stream, the gay adjunct version? It's okay. I'm down with it.
Not anymore. If it is, I'm gonna leave and play some more Fortnite because I need to shoot people.
What do you want to? You guys need to play Fortnite.
Just fucking with you, man. All right. So, what's been going on? Y'all heard the stories we were talking about and stuff, and
that's some weird shit.
What is that noise? Is that Occam again?
Yeah, Occam's back.
Yeah. What's up, dude? All right. I'm just gonna sit. I'm gonna sit back and just let y'all do your thing, man. I'm worn out. I've had. Go ahead, man.
Is that Occam's razor?
That's Occam's razor.
Yeah, that is Occam's razor.
He's back.
I heard you on Day's stream earlier, and you're the most polite internet blood sports I've ever listened to.
You mean Ray? You said Day, or did you mean Day? What?
Day, yeah. Or well, no, not fuck. I'm tired. Not Day, fucking Ray. God damn it.
Yeah. I thought I was smelling burnt toast again.
Oh no, you're not smelling burnt toast. Too many burnt things, but like, yeah, dude, fucking. Yeah, I heard you on that stream. It was the most polite internet blood sports I've ever heard, man. But you did good. You held your own.
Yeah, it was kind of my first thing really on a stream of that nature, anyway.
Well, I told that dude in the live chat. I was like, I'll totally debate you on the whole. On a white ethno state, but like, yeah, all the black Marines and Latino Marines who have served their country, yeah, we might want to possibly keep those. I would debate the fuck out of that dude about some shit like that, but
yeah, I was trying to point out to Occam that the stalling techniques, going to the bathroom, interruptions, all that shit, were designed to trip him up. And even kind of, and to be honest, I think Ray kind of helped him a little bit, even if it was unconscious. I don't know. Did it seem like that to you, Daniel?
I thought she was pretty fair. I mean,
okay.
I'm biased. I love Ray. She's
I do too, man. She, she wouldn't be a part of this thing if I didn't like her.
But I definitely think I don't think she was biased consciously, if that makes sense.
That's exactly what I was saying.
Saying about like she might have like unconsciously helped him out a little bit, and I can see where you're coming from that angle as well. But nah, man, I thought she was pretty fair. She was a good moderator.
Yeah, she did really good though. That's what I was coming back with, is that she did an excellent job. Given it was her first time doing it for both her and Occam. They knocked it out of the park.
She is actually a really good moderator. I didn't realize she would be, but she is. But yeah, dude, I mean, it was one of those things. I'll say this much publicly on a live stream. If you have a small bladder, you don't get in the ethno state. Just saying.
Yeah, that second time was bullshit, wasn't it, dude?
We just can't have weak bladders in our, Aryan ethno state. We can't do it, man.
That's right. You got to be able to drink a lot of beer, man. Jesus. Germans love that beer.
But I have the important question. Are traps allowed in the ethno state?
Oh, that's important.
Man, but I'll tell you much, the day they try and take big booty Latino women away from me, I'm loading my guns.
Fight against ethno state.
Well, if you're talking about, Spanish, all right, they're ethnically, they're European. They're of the European continent, so wouldn't they fit in the...
like European and like sort of native South American-ish. Yeah, but But nah, dude, fuck that. Like, you trying to take fucking big booty Latino women away from me, that's when I'm coming out hard against alt-right. I will fucking debate the little fucking Frenchy dude and everything else. Like, even he likes the Latino women, goddammit. Big booty Latino women? Hell no. I'll fuck you up.
Tennessee, I know exactly how you feel.
Something about spraying white stuff all over a brown booty that just is surprisingly cathartic.
I know, it's a better feel than it is on a white ass, isn't it?
Just glaze that fucking brown donut.
So there,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's some type of you know, contrast, you know, between the two colors that just it just resonates in a really.
It's like
into a real cream stream. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Well, I think it is a cream stream now since Adamantine Tarum is basically almost complete in here. That's why he's not masturbating right now as we speak.
My hands are in the air.
Like you just don't care.
You can't prove it.
I'd say, like, we'll never know.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, and I got no comment on that one, man.
And like, I mean, I get the whole, like, you know, white people are fucked with more than anybody else in this day and age, and I get that, but the whole idea of, like, I served with dudes who, like, literally were serving in the infantry to get citizenship. Like, you telling me that, like, those dudes are just gonna get kicked out? Fuck off. Stupid.
Yeah,
see, one thing that bugged me, one thing to try to make that claim, it's another to claim it's an American ideal. Because
you were way too nice. You were way too nice. Like, you made good points, but at the same time, he just fucking threw in jabs, and you, like, were too nice to actually throw in some jabs of your own.
Right.
You need to be more of an asshole. You really do.
Take lessons from AP.
Should have Ted his asshole in there.
I don't know, I was just so focused on and worried about trying to get the audience to, like, understand the points I was trying to make that, like, I don't know, I just wasn't thinking as much of, like, the jabs and all that kind of stuff as I was actually just what is in my mind and try to understand my position.
Fair enough.
I understand, man.
Blood
I
sport.
completely understand, but yeah, dude, it's blood sports. Like, you just got to be able to bitch out your opponent. That's what it's all about. You know what I mean? I told Ray and I told him in the live stream in the live chat. I was like, I'll totally debate you about that, dude. I'll make you look fucking retarded. You're sitting there quoting books and everything else. Like, I will tell you, like, okay, dude, tell me why a dude who served in the military, just because he's a different fucking race or ethnicity than you and he's not white, why he shouldn't be allowed to live in the country that he fought for and was born in. Fuck off, dude. That's such a fucking stupid argument. It's easily defendable. Like, you don't even have to try to defend that point of view.
I think I should have touched on that point, maybe, but I don't think I really did.
This is the thing, like, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Like I said earlier, dude, like, I get that, you know, white people are really fucked with in today's society, and yeah, it's fucked up that every, you know, salon article and liberal news site is, it's like, hey, white people, don't have kids, hey, don't do this, don't do that, white people are gonna be a minority in 2050 or whatever the fuck. I get it. I get why white people need to band together and actually have a culture and actually be represented the way, you know, literally every other race or ethnicity does. The whole idea of a ethno-state is fucking stupid, and if you try it, you're gonna fucking die. Period. I'm sorry. You're gonna get shot in the fucking face.
One of the points I was trying to make anyway, I don't know how good of a job I did. I was even trying to get across to him, if he were to successfully implement something like that, that eventually, or so many, you know, regimes down the road, administrations down the road, it would backfire on them.
Period.
Backfire because you have to have a totalitarian setup, and if you have a totalitarian setup, and it's all determined on who's in power. And
okay, if you have a totalitarian government and system of government, it's no longer America. It goes against the very fundamental things of what Americanism is.
And eventually it'll turn against the original ideas that it was founded to be enforcing an ideology, but because it's backed by totalitarian means, then that ideology will be the new one.
Yeah.
So it'll backfire on them anyway.
The whole ideals that the alt-right claim to represent or what they want to see fulfilled, it goes against fundamentally what it means to be American and to have, you know, American-style democracy, freedom, and everything else.
That's why it was not
Simple
about to
fucking
let him
fact.
get away with that.
Plus, not to mention the simple fucking fact, like, let's take the military out of this entirely, like National Guard, all that shit. You know what, fuck it, let's even take police officers out of this. You're gonna tell me, like, I've got some, you know, nieces and nephews that are mixed. You're gonna try and move my nieces and nephews and everything else that are mixed out of the fucking country that they were born in simply because they're not white enough? Fuck you, I'm gonna shoot you in the fucking face, period. Like, and I'm not the only person who's gonna be thinking that. So not only, like, are you gonna be fighting the military, the police, you're gonna be fighting normal citizens who are born here, raised here, and have families here with people from different races. It's fucking stupid. It would never happen.
I know, right?
By the way, I would like to stress this one simple fact to any alt-righters out there. You try and get a fucking 6 foot tall fucking German dude to go pick fucking oranges in Florida in the fucking summer. Okay? You fucking try that shit. Let me see how it works out. Y'all motherfuckers gonna be fuck welfare and fucking Medicare and Medicaid. Y'all motherfuckers are gonna be like, we need sunscreen. It's so hot out here. I need a frappuccino. Oh my god. I don't want to pick oranges. Fuck off.
That was great, man. See, I love it when you talk like that.
I would debate someone again on this stuff, to be honest. I mean, the next time I do a debate, I'd like to, you know, shake it up a little bit, maybe do it about something else, but debate someone on this stuff again because, and hopefully do it better.
Like, all right, fine, Occam. We can do a mock fucking blood sport right now. I can tell you all the shit that the alt-right is gonna say about genetics, about how people from, you know, Africa or the Middle East are much more prone to violence and much more prone to doing dumb shit, and how their intelligence is lower and their, you know, race is real and all this other stuff, and bring up the fact that, you know, Japan and fucking Israel are both ethno-states and they're perfectly fine. I can go through all the talking points that the alt-right's going to use against any argument.
Really got me during that debate was like, I was just shocked and amazed at the fact that he was legitimately with no real good solid evidence that rich Jews control the government, and not only that, they're trying to do a white genocide. That I was like, how can you claim that? Where is this evidence? I've not seen it. That would be much bigger news.
Well, Occam, I'll tell you, it's the whole white genocide thing. I mean, explain this. How do I put it in words? It's not so much that, you know, our actual government is trying to perpetrate a white genocide. It's that there's so many people in high levels of, you know, business or academia or news and media and everything else that you can go and look up salon articles and all this other shit from CNN and everything else to where it's like, kids, white people are going to be a minority at a certain point in the United States, and all of this is perfectly fine, and white people need to just shut up and accept it, or you're a bigot, or you're a Nazi, or you're a racist, and blah, blah, blah. I can totally understand why someone would want to be a part of a group like the alt-right, especially if they were white, seeing how much of our society are very anti-white and are freely allowed to propagate that stuff and, you know, pander to that sort of, you know, type of mentality. I can totally understand that. However, I don't know, dude. I just don't do groups, you know? Like, Tonka has talked about this a bunch on the Kumite, like the whole idea of jerseys and everything else. It's, you know, it's like, I'm going to fight for this team. And it's like, well, I mean, what if the other team has good points too? Like, you just look like an idiot when you're trying not to, you know, understand that. I don't know. It's...
And I don't know how well I explained this. When I was trying to, at the beginning, trying to explain what my centrist... that means when I call myself a centrist. Like, the point I was trying to get at with this is, like, I don't try to corner myself into any political wing. And I know that each political wing has a variety of different viewpoints, you know, like, people in it. Like, if you say someone's right wing, it's like, well, what are they? An alt-right? Are they just an evangelical conservative? There's all kinds of different, you know, the right wing and the left wing. But I try to, I would say that, like, if you have the centrist viewpoint, it would be more a viewpoint of, I will look at all these different solutions for political problems and things and come up with, you know, take the best pieces of everything and put it together into something that actually works, instead of just cornering yourself into a viewpoint that might work on some things and will fail on other things. You can't just always corner yourself.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I've told you that. Well, I might not have told you this before, but I know I've mentioned it on Teen Stream, and I know I've mentioned it when Irate Prostate has been around. But like the last time I took a political compass test, like, I'm a patriotic centrist. I legitimately, like, so long as America is good and America is put at the forefront of our policies, I could give a fuck less whether it's liberal, progressive, conservative. If it works, it works.
Right.
Like, I'm a patriotic centrist. I love this country, and like, if you have a good viewpoint, I don't care where it comes from, what, you know, what side of the political aisle it's on. But the thing that always kits me so much about these alt-righters or Black Lives Matter or any of these fucking groups, there should be a group that's not racist that is pro-white. There should be, like, there should be a, hey, we are white people, we care about being white people, and we care about our own interests. The race does it. There's nothing wrong with a white person doing that. However, the whole idea of an ethno-state and all this other dumb shit that they want to do, or at least that they, you know, claim that they want to happen, especially in the alt-right, man, is that everybody, in order to get what you're wanting, authoritarian dictatorship, basically. And once that happens, and once white people get this, you know, promised Aryan nation or whatever the fuck, all of your freedoms and everything else, say goodbye to them, because guess what? Now you have a fucking dictator, a totalitarian dictatorship in power. Good fucking luck voting. You know, good luck, you know, owning guns or anything else, dumbass.
The dictator doesn't care about caring about the people, or the, you know, all the things that the alt-right people actually care about. He would just look out for himself. Anything that even people that look to get into politics and power, you know, if he felt threatened, like, oh, I might buy central power, or maybe people are like, all right, we've succeeded, now let's look for a more, you know, so well.
Oh, no, because that's the thing, dude. Like I said earlier, like, it tells me that people who want this type of shit to happen can't understand the very simple fact that once you go from a democracy to a dictatorship or to a totalitarian regime, you can't go back from that, dude. Like, you're done. That's it. That's your new style of government forever, because your rights, your liberties, your freedom, in order to get to that place in the first place. So it's just, it baffles me that anybody would think that that's a good idea. It's like all these goddamn liberals and shit that holler for gun control and everything else, and it's like, dude, like, you've been calling Trump, you know, the better part of what, like almost 2 years now, and you want that dude to have all your guns? Are you fucking stupid? Right. Like, the dude that you've been calling Hitler, you want him and the people he's in charge of to have all the guns. You're fucking retarded, yo. Like, stop it with the dumb shit.
Right.
If I can drop in for a second.
Please do,
when
man.
I watched the whole race realism debate go down, my counter argument was always something like this. If you have to use something that you have no control over, i.e. I'm white, I'm smarter, to make yourself feel better about yourself, you're a failure and you shouldn't be taken serious.
I think that's a strong statement. I think it, I think it makes a lot of sense to me, man.
How does the, the melanin or lack of melanin and brain? It is nothing in common. It's like
none of us chose to be born white, black, or whatever. Like fucking Wicked said. Like, I agree with that 100%, man. Like, if the coolest thing about you is the color of your skin or what race you belong to, you're a boring motherfucker.
Exactly.
Like, straight up. You're just boring as fuck. Ooh, I'm a white dude. I'm so fucking awesome because I'm white. Ooh, I'm a black dude. I'm so fucking cool because, we was kings. Fuck off.
We was gangs and shit. Time to get woke?
Get woke AF.
Hey, don't get me wrong, dude. Like, hey, man, it's happy that the fucking Irish are fucking awesome day. Like, it's fucking St. Patrick's Day. I'm gonna probably go to bed here in a minute. Wake up, party with my boys, have a good fucking time, celebrate being fucking Irish American or American Irish, whatever fuck you wanna label it as. But, like, at the end of the day, I didn't fucking choose to be, have Irish blood. It just fucking happened because long ago my potato-eating fucking family decided to come over to America. They just tired of eating fucking potatoes.
And one thing I do have to say, and I'm certain I'm not the first person to say this. I know I'm not, but anybody of any race, whether you're white, black, anybody, as I am to be of this race. Well, it's like, okay, it's good to have a respect for your, and your ethnicity, where you came from. Yeah, your heritage. It's good to have a respect for that. But is it really something to be... Because pride is what you take in things that you accomplish, that you do. If you're just, an ethnicity and a skin color, is that really something to be proud of, or is it just something to be,
Well, I understand what you're saying, bro. I really do. I really do understand and it's a valid point to make. Like, you should have pride in your own personal accomplishments, what you've done as an individual, not as, a white person or black person or yada yada yada. But I do believe there's nothing wrong with being proud to be from, South Africa or something like that, or or a white dude like me, born and raised in Tennessee and of Irish heritage. There's nothing wrong with me being proud to be of Irish stock. I didn't choose that. I didn't pick it, and I was never involved in anything that Irish people did in Ireland. Like, my ancestors might have. And it's the same thing with like being white or black or whatever. It's like, motherfucker, were you there building the Sears Tower? Like, were you there like constructing like railroads and fighting in wars and all that stuff? Like, no.
Right. Did you own slaves? That's the whole slave thing.
Something that you had nothing to actually, personally do with. Your ancestors might. I mean,
right. Well, it's like, it's like the whole slave thing. It's like, did your parents own slaves or anything? It's like your great grandparents or your great grandparents. Does that fucking matter? None of my fucking family ever owned slaves. My fucking family were poor farmers, man. And that's all they did.
Oh, yes.
And one thing...
I'm from fucking East Tennessee. You can't fucking grow cotton on the side of a fucking mountain, okay? Like, we can barely grow corn up around in here. So, look, like, I'm pretty sure my ancestors never even saw a black person. Like, they didn't even know what the fuck a plantation was. They were too busy fucking trying to grow, like, potatoes and shit like that and trying to make moonshine. Like, that's where I come from. Like, subsistent farmers and moonshiners. That's it.
That's right, bro.
More comment I have on this whole thing, too, is, like, in the same way that a race, like, for example, modern white people should not have to take blame and guilt for what, you know, the rich 1% of their race did a few hundred years ago, right?
Right.
In the same way, like, you shouldn't, like, I know we just covered this, but, like, it also works in the reverse, that you as a modern white person don't just get to be like, oh yeah, like, we did this, like, you personally were
right
part of some great big thing for accomplishments that people in the past did. In the same way, we can't take their guilt, we can't take credit for their accomplishments either.
Exactly. You can't sit there and say, well, I never had anything to do with slavery, but all the cool shit that white people did, yeah, that's totally, like, I claim that as well. Like, no, you have to either claim the good and the bad, or claim neither. You know, you really do.
And we can claim neither. So, like, that door swings both ways in that sense. Like,
but I do think there's a difference between, like, being proud to be white or being proud to be black, and also, like, staying, like, you look at all the cool stuff that white people have done. It's like, well, you weren't there, you didn't do it. Like, there's a difference between having pride in what you come from and having pride in what your ancestors may or may not have accomplished.
Yeah, man, it's like, here's a simplification of that, dude, right? When Alabama wins a football game, and I talk to these people, they say, yeah, we did really good. And I said, well, when did you carry the ball? You know?
Like, were you out there on the field?
Yeah,
like
exactly,
that?
man. It's like,
what jersey number were you, homie?
I always refer to them as my team, you know, as you know, because I never say that shit, because you know what, I've always understood that it's them that do all the work, you know, and that applies to anything, you know.
Exactly, it really does, man.
It's not yours unless it's yours. What again? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, I totally understand what Occam is trying to, you know, get at.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't think of the word for it right now. Like, no, actually, yeah, I can, actually. Difference between being proud to be white and being proud of your ancestry, and I think that what a lot of people tend to do is they try and use pride instead of using reverence for what they come from. You know, like, yes. I have, like, don't get me wrong, man. Like, I'm, you know, I am proud of the fact that my ancestors were Irish. I don't, like, use that to say, like, I'm better than people or anything else. I just have reverence for the fact that I come from those people. Yeah. You know, if that makes sense. People nowadays conflate the two. Like, they're very proud to be white or proud to be black, and it's like, you haven't accomplished anything that those people did. You weren't there, you didn't do it. There's a difference between reverence for what you come from.
Yeah, I understand that. The thing that we can really take away from this is, if you want to be able to go truly brag about something, go do something great yourself. Like,
definitely, man. Definitely.
Be a part of the history that people in the future remember.
If your skin color, your ethnicity is the only cool thing about you, you're a really boring fucking person. You at the bar. I'm just not. Like, I'm proud to be white. Get the fuck away from me.
I know, it's so fucking, and it's so fucking boring, man. It's, you know, because I don't know. I've argued with those motherfuckers so fucking long, man. You know, and I'm talking like since the 80s, you know, arguing in front of the fountain in the city where I live, you know, with skinheads, blah, 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 blah. Same old shit.
Yeah.
It's been 30 goddamn years, same arguments, you know, blah, blah.
Right. It's like talking to a skinhead or like a Black Lives Matter member, and like, we was kings, and like, white people did everything great in society. It's like, okay, Bob, tell me what the fuck you've done lately.
Right, that's what it's about.
Like the fucking, what is it, the Daily Stormer or some shit. Shut the fuck up, Bob. Go back in your little Kia and shut the fuck up. All right, go make
the funny thing is,
that ugly wife.
Why have you got to bring Bob?
Funny thing is,
man? Leave Bob alone.
Fuck Bob. I know Bob. That motherfucker always talk about, well, those white people did everything good in fucking society, man. These fucking darkies out here. Fuck you, Bob. Fuck you, Bob. Go fuck your fat wife in the fucking trailer park, Bob. Get the fuck out of my face. I'm not gonna buy you a beer. Eat a bag of dicks, Bob. I'm gonna hang out with my buddy.
another funny thing
below, fucking hell.
About people who say stuff like that, realize that there were actually certain cultures and parts of the world that were taking off before these like white civilizations did. Like China was doing some pretty advanced stuff for their day. I think, you know, a little bit before, and I think the same with Egypt as well.
I think one of the things too, man, is like, like if you'll notice, like the people who are so proud to be white or so proud to be black, what the fuck ever, like most of them, hashtag not all, but most have not done shit in their real life, and that's the only thing that they can really cling to get some sort of relevance, you know, to get some sort of attention. And it's like, okay, dude, like, that's cool. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. If someone tries to get at me for being a white dude, like, I'll go at them just hard as fuck. Like, I'll start using alt-right talking points and everything else. Like, oh, I'm a Nazi because white people did good shit. Fuck off. It's, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
At the same time, I'm not going to sit there and be like, I'm a fucking white guy. Woo!
Irate,
dude.
You've got a request in the chat.
Oh, my bad.
No, he doesn't. Shut up, Addy. No, the fuck you don't.
In space wants into the stream.
God damn it, this is capitalism only tonight, god damn it.
Sam Kimpo, if you want to hop in, feel free to click the Discord. And yeah, this isn't communist. This isn't Hangouts. This is through Discord. So yeah, I know you didn't get this. You don't have Discord yet, so.
Oh, please don't tell me communists and spaces in the chat.
I fucking download Discord just to help you out.
Yeah,
Irate.
Don't worry. No, he don't have it. He uses a Mac, and they don't have it for Mac yet. So.
I don't want to chat of comment again, for fuck's sake.
I have a question. This might sound like a stupid question, but I actually don't really communist in space. He's not. Is he actually like a? Is he actually?
The stupidest question is the question you don't ask, Occam. You know that.
Occam, no, he is not a communist. I have done it many of times.
What did I tell you, Irate? He just now said in the live chat. He said I have Discord. God.
I was just fucking. If he was or if he was just like, you know, like a.
Okay, Occam's Raider, I have made them break character so many fucking times, and he still claims that he's a communist.
Yeah.
I want to know, man. That's some cancer you just don't want to have, man.
Yeah. All right. You've been voted down, and since you know, I'm half Irish, and since you referred to me as a potato nigger, that's reason alone on St. Paddy's Day to not welcome you at this point in time. But I may open one for you later.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
For my friend Daniel, my brother Irishman, my brother potato nigger over here.
Yeah, that's not gonna get clipped. My brother potato nigger.
So we have a nigger, potato nigger, a disabled nigger.
Damn it! Even fucking people from the UK make words sound better. Nigger. Like it just sounds better. Like the most horrible word ever just sounds better with a UK. Just here's a potato nigga. No, that fucking, you know, fucking Ron, he's a potato nigga. Did you know that?
I don't actually know anyone called Ron, so.
What about prawn?
That's a type of food.
It's a potato nigga.
But I do love those potato niggers, man.
He says the Irish are vermin. Oh, Bubba.
That's gonna earn you another timeout.
Oh hell yeah!
Bing. Bye bye.
Oh.
I did not do that. I trust my mods with every decision they make.
Even your wife Uzi is saying no commie. Like God, like no. Like,
I actually love saying the N-word because in my language we like do a hard first syllable, so it sounds way harsher than it probably should.
So
whenever I say so. What?
So say the N-word.
Nagger.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
sounds like
Say
nagger.
it in your language, dummy.
Nagger. Nagger.
No, say black in your. Say black in Czech. I don't fucking know what Czech's speaking.
Czechoslovakia.
Cherna?
Czech, yeah. What is
Cherny?
what-
Cherna? Cherna?
Chennai.
Cherna. That sounds Gujarati. Fucking hell.
Did you say turnip? Is that what it's called? Turnip?
I need to check this now because I'm gonna check what black is in Gujarati.
Well, you know, if I want to get real offensive, I can call someone a Cherna Huba.
Czechoslovakia.
Cherna huba.
That basically means a black mouth.
A black mouth.
Wow. What?
Oh,
wow.
shit.
What does that mean? You know, it's like read between those lines. What the fuck? Is that somebody who eats ass? Is that what they mean? You know?
You know, I'm gonna let you guess.
This straight up went from like a fuck the alt-right comment stream to like, let's just see how much we can say the N-word in different languages, man.
Well, now we're going into eating ass. It's going to the ass eating part. I mean, it's deliberately. I mean, not deliberately. It's like degenerated into a Sir Adamantine like 7 hour. No, listen, 7 hour chat in 4 minutes. It's good.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, whenever that fucking gay griffin is around, eventually ass play is gonna come into some kind of
Oh man, that is so crazy. Holy moly.
Fucking hell, that's a hard way to pronounce.
well, I mean, well, speaking of ass eating, like, I mean, me personally, like,
I'm sorry, dude. Please go on.
This is a good question. Do you eat ass? I'm guessing that's the question.
so I'll go last.
Oh, okay. So Danny wants to go last. So Adamanti, do you eat ass?
No, that's gross.
See, thank you.
And I don't even say no. I don't even say no. That's gross.
That would be disgusting.
I mean, that's just gross. It's something I would never try.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Wicked, do you eat ass?
Jesus.
Huh?
Do you eat ass?
I'm still a virgin.
Okay.
Well, hey,
That-
man, that's
doesn't
the valid answer.
No, because you can still eat ass if it feels like it.
I'm a single virgin.
Wait, hold on. We brought up an interesting topic here. If you eat ass, does that mean you lost your virginity?
No. Because virginity, or in my opinion, virginity is penetration.
He said he's a virgin, so he should still be able to eat ass as a virgin and still be considered a virgin.
Yeah, so that's why I said it. Saying you're a virgin isn't a decent answer.
That's Clinton logic. That's
Okay, so let me put it this way. I'm single.
What? Were you always single?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
then that's a better answer. So you've never had the chance to eat ass to know if you like it or not.
Yeah.
As if you had a big plate of ass right in front of you. A spoonful.
I like Stone Mexican guy says eating ass with a side of puss.
Oh hell yeah!
Hey, down there, I mean, you might as well. Okay, but so your answer there, Tim.
Oh hell yeah! I eat ass.
You know, it's really noticeable that the only woman in the chat laughed.
It's funny because I remember Blair White answering that question. They said, "Do you eat ass?" And she goes, "Like they was groceries, baby." And I know, man, that was funny as shit. I thought. Stone Mexican guy, thank you. Thank you for the sub, and you are any Mexican is welcome in my house. I don't care, man. My house is open. I don't care your color, your skin, whatever you brag your life to be. It doesn't matter to me. If you're a cool person and you know you get along with other people that are like me, I don't care. You know, if you're cool and you don't shit on the floor or break shit in my house, then
shit.
Well, I mean,
you're always welcome.
Prostate, I'm Indian. I do shit on the floor.
Someone's got to mow the lawn, you know, keep the hedges trimmed.
No, I'm not even going to there. I mow my own yard.
I can't shit on the floor, so.
No, I didn't. No. Look, when you go to somebody else's house as a guest, all right, you don't shit on the floor. You don't hit on their spouse. You know, I mean, it's just general being a good guest, right?
Right. And if you're Mexican, you know, you pick up a weed eater, you know, push a lawnmower.
Now this is my sub, my newest sub you're talking about, man. So I respect Stone Mexican guy. He's got the weed, man. 420.
Yeah, Stone Mexican guy can take a joke. He knows I'm just kidding.
I'm defending my subs, man. Oh, dude.
What's up, count, bro? What's up, count?
I have a question.
Well, no, we still got to answer the eating ass question. Don't get some intellectual shit in this. Too late. We've done degraded. Okay, we've done slid down the hill and we're rolling. We might as well keep on rolling.
Let's talk about how
time to tuck and roll.
Anyone fist. Has anyone fisted someone?
No. We'll get in that in a minute. My answer to that. I definitely wouldn't do it on a first date. It would not be a one-night stand scenario. But if I was dating said, you know, female that said ass belonged to, and I knew that she cleaned it recently, yeah, dude. I mean, if she's into that kinky shit, dude, I'll lick, suck, whatever the fuck I got to for, you know, her to get her rocks off. You know, I'm a good boyfriend.
What?
I'm a people pleaser. You know, I like pleasing.
Well, people. Yeah, and that's a preferential thing. You know. Right, so I agree with you, man. I'm down with that, but it's like personally, I'm not attracted to, you know, and I'm not in a relationship with anybody that would ask me to do that, and I'm glad. I'm very glad of that.
You better watch out. Uzi's going to take that as a challenge.
No, she's not. No, she's not. Trust me.
He's like, dog, I've been married way too long. This conversation has already came up.
Yes,
I'm telling you.
It came and went the first year of marriage.
Oh, man.
It moves over. Okay. Anything else you want me to lick?
No doubt. Well, shit, you know what? Hell, more people is... Hold on a second. Oh, communist. I don't know about that. Well, we are at the top of the hour, though, and you know what? I think we're going to go out on top because everybody, there's two great streams that are occurring right now as we speak. The beginning. My great co-partner in the Chaos 120 family, Catharsis, is having a late night stream. I guess the topic will be St. Patrick's Day, and my buddy Big Fat Brian is having a drunk stream and will be making chicken mashed potatoes. So I direct you to whatever proclivities you have to go in that direction and watch their videos, or become part of the stream yourself. And on that note, anybody got anything they want to share before we split a cake and call it a night?
Fisting is a good idea.
Okay. Are you going to be doing a video about that in the next week or two?
I'll explain it on the our Saturday stream we do.
Okay, well, fine, yes. Okay.
Which conveniently, I should say, I'm taking over this Saturday's one, so you motherfuckers best be scared.
Okay. All right, Daniel, you got anything you want to pimp out? You got anything you want to shelf for the evening?
I don't do shit, man. I just hang out with my friends on live streams. I'm good.
That's damn Skippy, and we love having you on, man. Let's see, Occam?
Well, I have a YouTube channel.
Okay. And what's happening on that? You got anything coming up? Anything planned?
Have to see it.
Okay. Sir Adamantine?
Drinks with Friends tomorrow afternoon.
That's right. And let's see, Mr. Wicked.
So aside from being on the Drinks with Friends stream because I'm kidnapped and have to attend every single one, possibly sometime tomorrow there will be the Director Akatir podcast on my channel. So if you want to drop by on my channel, it will be like 2.5 hours, and we'll see how it goes.
Sounds
By the way,
good.
it will be by the way, it will be pre-recorded, so you don't have to worry about live chat or lags or anything like that.
Well, cool, man. Well, sounds good. I think I will definitely encounter it sometime this weekend. This is Irate Prostate. That is another cream stream in the bucket. Remember, next week is going to be a special edition with Toad McKinley and Rob LeBlanc. He's the artist Rob LeBlanc. If you have watched the Kumite in any way, shape, or form in the past couple of months, you know who both of these people are, and I'm very excited to have them next week. And until then, this is Irate Prostate saying, keep spanking that patriarchy one ass hat at a time. This is Irate Prostate out. Later, Space Cadets. Take it easy. We'll see you then.
Later.